好的，下面一部分呢，我们就来讲解一下第3和第5题。首先，我们来一起看一下第22套题的第3题。那么，我们先来阅读一下材料，看看发生了什么，谁这么做，又是出于什么原因。Traditionally, staff members from the admissions office have led the campus tours for secondary school students who are considering attending the university. Beginning next semester, however, current students will lead these guided walks around the campus instead. 那么这就是要发生的什么事情？ The staff of the admissions office no longer have time to lead the campus tours. 那么这就是其中一个原因。We need to focus our resources on our other responsibilities, explained Christine Tanner, the director of admissions. Furthermore, we feel that current students will offer unique and valuable insight in our visitors during these campus tours. 那么这个材料就交代了我们，那么谁想要做什么事情，又是出于2个原因。那么我们先来审一下题。The woman expresses her opinion about the university's plan, briefly summarize the plan, then state her opinion about the plan.The explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion. 那么这个地方呢，就告诉我们题目的要求。同样的也是另外一个人对这个题目阐述了一个建议或者是一个看法，然后我们再给出他的看法就可以了。我们回答问题的时候先要说一下这个事情是什么，先总结一下，然后再说出另外一个人的观点，然后给出他的理由，3步走就可以了。然后知道了题目的要求之后我们先来一起听一下听力。
Now listen to 2 students discussing the article.
So, what do you think of this?
Well, I think it's a good idea. Necessary, too.
Why's that?
Well, I've actually been up to the admissions office a couple times, like to pick up some information for a friend, and every time I've ever been there, wow, you can tell they're really busy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Those staff members are running around like crazy.On the phone, doing interviews, dealing with tons of paperwork, so I can totally believe what they're saying about the time factor. Seems like having one less thing to worry about will be a good thing.
Sounds like it.
Yep. Oh, and about the other point?
The, different perspective thing?
Mm-hmm. I think people like us would be really good at this. Unlike, I remember when I was first shown around the campus, the guy leading he was super nice, but there were some questions that he couldn't really answer from experience.
Like what?
Well, practical things. Which are the noisier dorms, or which ones are quietest, which student cafeteria he'd recommend, stuff he didn't have first-hand knowledge about. I mean, how could he?
I see. Our point of view might be more helpful.
好的，听力听完了呢，我们知道我们的答案要从3部分来作答。首先呢，总结一下发生了什么事情，又是出于什么原因。The university decides to let current students lead the campus tours for second school students because the staff of the admissions office don't have enough time and the current students can offer an unique and valuable insight to the visitors. 那么这就是一个总结。The woman in the conversation thinks it's a good idea. 那么为什么呢 ？Firstly, 那么2点一定要摆清楚。She went to admissions office several times. Every time she went there, the staff were very busy, running around like crazy, handling tons of paperwork, doing interviews and receiving phone calls. 那么这是第一个，那么这些 staff 真的非常忙。Secondly, she thinks current students will be really good at this. 为什么学生更善于做这个事情呢？会更好呢？ Unlike the staff, current students can answer questions concerning practical things, such as which dorm is noisier, which dorm is the quietest, and which cafeteria is recommendable. Their point of view will be very helpful. 那么这就是学生比老师要更好的一个原因。那么这个答案就由3部分来构成了。我们接着来看下一套题的第3题。那么同样的先阅读一段材料，我们一定要对这材料里面的谁做了什么，出于什么原因做一个总结。For the past few years, the daily campus newspaper has included a one-page international news section covering a few of the major stories in world news. Starting next month, the section will be eliminated. One of the reasons the newspaper editors gave for the decision to cut the section is that other news sources are better able to provide wider and more up-to-date international news coverage. The editors also noted that the change would create space for a new calendar page that will list events and activities around campus. 就是这个一部分的 international news 裁掉以后还可以留下空间给这个 calendar page， 那么就可以把学校周边的活动给列出来了。那么这一件事情呢，是否是好的呢？那么另外一个人对这个又进行了一个评述。我们需要还是3步。第一步先总结一下咱们的 reading material， 那么谁要做什么，它的原因又是什么？那么下一步呢，总结一下他的观点，那么是支持还是反对，然后给出他的原因就可以了。那么知道题目要求以后我们同样的也是来一起听一下听力。
Now listen to two students discussing the article.
Hey, what do you think of this?
You mean the editor's decision?
Right.
Oh, I think they're right. It's the thing to do.
Really? Why?
Well, hardly anyone reads that section.
You don't think so?
Not really. I mean, they only cover a couple of stories, and most people already know about them before they even get around to reading the campus paper.
True. If you get the local paper, or use the internet, you already know about the major stories.
Exactly. And the coverage is better. I think we should just stick with campus news and stuff.
So, do you think what they're going to replace it with is better?
Definitely. Right now, how do you learn about what's happening on campus?
Mostly from posters in the different buildings, or in the student center.
Right. The information is everywhere, but it's hard to keep track of it. I see stuff posted, but then I forget about it half the time.
So you're saying that with this new section...
You could just cut it out from the newspaper and carry it around and check it any time and know what's taking place, when, and where.
好的，听力听完了呢，我们的答案还是由3部分构成的。那么第一部分呢，首先一句话来总结一下咱们的 reading material 里面的主要内容。Campus newspaper editors have made the decision to eliminate the international news section because other news sources can provide better international news coverage. Also, the space will be used as a calendar page covering events and activities around campus. 那么这就是总结了咱们的 reading material 里面的内容。The woman thinks it's the right thing to do. 那么我们一定要把这个人的观点是支持还是反对，一定要说出来。Her reason is that hardly anyone reads the international news section, and students already know about the major stories from local newspaper and internet before they read the section. So she thinks the campus newspaper should stick to the campus news. 那么这是第一个原因。Her second reason, 那么第二个 is that right now information is everywhere on campus, in different buildings or in the student center. With the new calendar, students can cut it out, carry it around, and know what's taking place when and where. 那么这2点原因也都给出来了。那么这个答案就是3部分都非常完整了。我们接着来看第5题。那么首先呢，看一下22套题的第5题，先审一下题目要求。那么通常而言第5题的要求都是让咱们先针对这个题目总结一下那个人碰到的问题。然后另外一个人会给这个人提出2点 solutions， 那么有2个解决方案呢，但是各有利弊。咱们需要挑出一种然后说出咱们挑选它作为最好建议的一个理由。那么基本上这样的一个问题的一个模式，咱们清楚之后呢，咱们也是先听一下听力。
Listen to a conversation between two students.
Hey, Jane, did you finish your research paper for class?
Yeah, I printed it out this morning.
Why do you look so worried then?
Well, I was just in the cafeteria eating lunch and reading it over one last time when I spilled some soup on it, and the class starts in 15 minutes.
How bad is it?
It's not huge, but you can definitely see it, and several of the pages got wet.
What are you going to do?
I could just go ahead and hand it in like this and explain to the professor what happened. I mean, you can still read the paper, and the pages should dry out a little by the time class begins, but they'll still be sort of sticky and wrinkled.
Well, not all professors care that much about how the paper looks. At least it'd be in on time.
I know. It's just that Professor Adams is kind of strict when it comes to handing in our research papers. I mean, the format he gave us for putting this paper together was really specific, so the way it looks seems important.
Yeah. Well, how about going to the computer lab to print another copy?
I could. Then I'd have a clean copy to hand in, and I wouldn't have to worry about how the paper looks.
You'd better hurry, though, because there's usually a line over there.
I know. And by the time I get there, wait in line for a computer, print the paper out, and come back to class, I'd be late for class. And Professor Adams is strict about lateness, too.
I see what you mean.
好的，听力听完以后呀，我们第一步呀，先要对这个人的问题呀进行一个总结。The woman spilled some soup on the research paper she is going to hand in the class. 那么这就是他遇到了一个问题。There are two possible solutions discussed. 那么两种。The first one, 第一个，咱们先说一下 is to hand in the paper like this and explain to the professor what happened, since the paper can still read and will dry out. But the professor is strict about the looking of paper. The second solution is to go to a computer lab to print a new copy. But she will have to wait in a line, and so she will probably be late for the class.And the professor is strict about lateness too. 那么这就是他两点的问题啊，真是一个 dilemma. 那么你会推荐哪一个呢？ I would recommend, 一定要非常明确的说出来，这是我的观点了。The girl to choose the second solution, because 给出我们的原因 she can have a new copy of the paper, and even if she will be late for the class, she shows the professor that she cares about the looking of the paper.And that because of the accident, the lateness is somehow inevitable. 那么这个就是一个补救的措施，我们给出我们合理的原因就可以了。我们接着来看23套题的第5题。那么同样的题目要求，你会先听到一个问题，然后听到两种解决方案，它们的优势和劣势分别在哪里，然后给出你的建议和你的原因，这3步。然后知道题目要求以后呀，我们也是一起来听一下听力。
Listen to a conversation between two students.
How's it going, Mike?
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what to do about this new bus schedule.
New bus schedule?
Yeah, I take a bus from campus to my job downtown. I work there Tuesday afternoons. But the bus schedule changed. The bus I was taking is leaving earlier now, and I can't get to it in time because I've got chemistry class then.
Huh. Yeah, they do change those bus schedules sometimes. It's inconvenient. So what are you going to do?
Well, I talked to my boss, and she said I could change my work hours and work at night instead. I'd start late in the afternoon and then work till around midnight. And there is a bus that'd get me there on time.
That sounds good. So you could just take a later bus to your job.
Yeah. The only thing is, if I work late at night, I'll be really tired, and I have class early the next morning.
Yeah, but do you have any other choice?
Well, yeah. Another option is just to ride my bike to work after chemistry. I'd be able to get to work on time, so I could keep my same hours.And it's not that far. It'd take about 15 minutes.
That might be nice, 'cause you'd get some exercise. But it'd be uncomfortable riding your bike on days when there's bad weather.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it.
好的，听力听完了以后呀，我们可以听到这个事情是什么样子呢？我们先总结一下。The bus schedule has changed, but the man has to take a bus from campus to his job in town. Because the bus he used to take is going to leave earlier,He can't get there in time. 这就是 What is the problem? 这是第一部分。那么两个 possible solutions 也会给出来。The first solution is to talk to boss and change the work hours to late at night so that he can catch the later bus. 那么这是第一个。But if he works late at night, he will be tired in the class early next morning.The second solution is to ride bike to work. It only takes 15 minutes, but the man is worrying that in bad weather riding bike will be inconvenient. 那么这是两点 solutions. If I were the man, I would choose. 那么这个地方就显示了咱们这个功底用了一个虚拟语气，所以不再简单的说 I would recommend, I would suggest. 那么换一种说法。换一种句型来显示咱们的功底。Since he only takes 15 minutes to get to work, also he can get exercise from riding the bike. Plus, not every day has bad weather. Even if the weather is bad, he can read the weather forecast and shift work hours ahead of time. 那么这就是咱们给出的一个原因，其实一两句话足矣。 如果时间允许的话，咱们再进行总结。但是如果咱们的时间已经花在前面解释上了，咱们就没必要非得进行一个总结了。然后以上呢就是咱们第2部分的全部内容了。